All right, so if you hear like dinks and stuff, it's because it's raining here. And I'm going to record this review in my car in the rain because that is the amount of dedication that I have for you guys and me getting out reviews for this channel because I love this channel so much. And we're almost at 90 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. So if you do like what I'm doing, be sure to leave a like and, comment what you guys want me to cover next. And also, if you like what I'm doing so much, maybe hit that subscribe button. Maybe. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Daniel Strunk from QuickTime Reactions. And Final Destination Bloodlines was not the only movie that I went to go see today. I actually went to go see Hurry Up Tomorrow, which is a film that stars Abel Tesfaye. Tesfaye, I think it's The Weeknd. But that's his real name. Um, Jenna Ortega and Barrykeoghan, and it tells the story of The Weeknd. And this, I wouldn't necessarily, I would say, super fan. Um, and basically how they connect, but also with Weeknd trying to work through his many problems that he has with connections with people, so on and so forth. And it takes him down a very, very dark road. So this movie was not only written by The Weeknd, but also written, directed, and edited by Trey Edward Schultz, who I looked it up on IMDb before recording this. This is either his first or second film in his filmography, and it's not the first time that he's worked with The Weeknd. He actually worked with him on his Drive music video, so they have a bit of history about them. And just for your knowledge, like I like The Weeknd, but I don't like religiously like listen to his music, so I couldn't tell you, the difference between um, any of his other songs. I just know like his popular stuff, like um, "Blinding Lights" and "Gasoline," and I only say those because those are two that are played in the movie, and I immediately recognize them because they were WrestleMania themes. "Blinding Lights" was for 36, and "Gasoline" was for 40. So that was the only way that I was able to ID those songs was through wrestling. So that tells you all I know about The Weeknd. But this film was very experimental in a lot of ways. Um, First off, I want to commend Trey Edward Schultz for directing this very, very interestingly, using a lot of sped up and blurred out footage to kind of convey what the Weeknd is, going through when he's either A, partying, or B, like knocked out or something that happens to him in the film. Really, really smart choices in the way that he shoots it. Also, I have to commend him for using long takes in this movie. There's a long take that follows Weeknd from his dressing room to the stage, and we intercut that between um, him and Jenna Ortega's character, who's named Enima. She is pouring gasoline in her house and following her throughout the house, getting a nice sense of geography of the house. So I appreciate that aspect of the way that he directed it. I also have to commend The Weeknd for his acting ability. Now, granted, he's I wouldn't necessarily say he's the bee's knees when it comes to acting, but I think he does a pretty solid job with what he was given. Now, granted, he wrote the film as well, so it's like, it's, his own dialogue that, he came up with. But I think he delivers it pretty solidly. That's like really good conviction about him. Like, I think his facials were also really, really good. Um, and of course, Jenna Ortega and Barry Keoghan, they're absolute aces at what they do. So no surprise they were also really good in this movie. Um, to me, this felt like a new wave take on Misery, but instead of an author getting trapped in a cabin with a super fan, it's a pop star who just needs to slow down, and he confides in a super fan, and gives him what he needs, has that time to like relax and stuff, and then when he's ready to get back on the grind again, it's like the super fan is still, she still sees him as like broken. And that's what I find interesting about our two characters that we follow the most, Weekend and Anima, is that they both deal a lot with obsession and wanting to try and repair things. With Weekend, he is wanting to um, repair a relationship that went awry, and with Anima, it is trying to fix him. Period, because of the way that he not necessarily carries himself, but like the way that he talks to the women in his life. That's an area where she wants to try and fix him, and I find that to be really interesting. Now, again, this is my take. This could be like my weird brain and how it works, and just how I look into movies. Like, I could be absolutely completely wrong about this. So, I toss it over to you guys. What do you think about this movie? Did this resonate with you in any way? Just let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, overall, I would say that this is like way better than the 15% that critics are currently giving this on Rotten Tomato. Now, granted, I think the audience score was, I think, 74%. I'd give it like a 68%. But like, that's still pretty good, in my opinion. Um, it's not a bad way to kind of waste some time. It's under 2 hours. You're not going to be wasting a lot of time watching this movie. So yeah, I would say if you are curious, or if you're just a fan of the Weeknd's music, I would say check out Hurry Up Tomorrow, because it's very interesting. It's very intriguing. I think the top three that are listed on the bill, I think, deliver in their performances, especially the Weeknd. Um, and I think it's shot really, really well and really, really interestingly. So, that's just my opinion. But what do you guys think? But yeah, that is pretty much my review for Hurry Up Tomorrow. I need to get home before this storm gets any worse. But be safe out there, and remember, don't always be a super fan, because you don't want to cross that line and then get a restraining order put on you. So just hold back your fandom just a touch, and I will see you guys next time.